You were affiliated with G Unit. Are you still affiliated with G Unit?
Yeah, everything good with us. I still fuck with everybody. It's just me. I'm doing me. I had to fall back. I went through my own personal situations in life. I was then again on another $1 million bail and out on another bail in California and got set up. You know what I'm saying? I had my situations. You know what I'm saying? Where I had fell dumb for a female. You understand what I'm saying? And she set me up,
So you and 50 are still cool? You
Yeah.
guys still talk?
Yeah. Hell yeah. There's nothing wrong with us. It ain't like, it's like we family, you know what I'm saying? C50, I'm good. We good. We all good. It's like I'm doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? I had to do and get all my shit back together. And right now I'm building back. I'm back, as you can see. You know what I mean? Like, this is my first interview I done did in a while.
Yeah.
You understand?
You and Mobb Deep still good?
Yeah, we still good. When I decide to go back around, you know what I'm saying, and indulge and we'll mend everything, get everything right. It ain't no like we all just fell out and it's had some big argument or shit like that. There's nothing of it. Even the shit like with Young Buck, when me and Buck fell out with 50 them. Before 50 even got back cool with Young Buck, I reached out to the Outlaws while Buck was locked up and called Noble and everybody and told him like, yo, make sure y'all tell Buck, I ain't tripping on that shit no more. Like, that shit is old, I'm maturing, everything is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't in that shit. This shit's deaded with me and da 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 da. And it was like that, mature, grown shit. And that's what a lot of people didn't know that happened with Game. You understand? With Game back in the day. That's why everybody was still focused on the music that we was making, the diss records years before that. Like, we hadn't had no confrontation and wasn't making no more records when that shit with Menace them and that went down after that, because they had reached out to me like, oh, Game want to squash that. Well, I was like, well, tell him to keep his chrome, these little dusty niggas from running their motherfucking mouths. And I was like, I keep his name out my mouth, he keep my name out of his. He was like, cause that shit was messing up his money, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, I could dig that. And it was over, that was done.
So you and Game, at the time that incident happened, you felt like you and Game were okay.
That's why I didn't budge, I didn't leave. That's why when he came in the party, I was like, okay, yeah, last time we spoke, that shit was over. That shit was done. You know what I mean? And that goes from this weird nigga Whack, you know what I'm saying? And the weird, you know what I'm saying? The weird nigga Whack and the weird nigga Game is like, they had called like, it's messing up his money, woo woo. And that supposedly had all ended all that. And that was years ahead. But at the same time, my instincts kick in when I see him in a party, like, okay, that's why I ain't leaving yet. I'm cool. Ain't no problem. If it was a problem, it was gonna go down inside the house. If that's how they felt, And then finally, when I was leaving, I hollered at Too Short, and as I bail out the door, I hear, turn up, nigga. I turn around, it's like 17, 18 of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what? And he like, you heard me, give me that. Like, I said, turn up. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm turn up. Eesh. That's what you gotta do, I don't give a fuck. I'm not finna stand. I don't fight bullets, homie. You can't fight a bullet with no bullet. The fuck?
What happened between you and Game's ex-fiancee, Tiffany?
With Tiffany, far as the Instagram shit, that shit was hacked. I lost my account. I was kind of pissed at that, but then I had to tell myself, like, man, who gives a fuck about Instagram followers? Come on, man, don't get wrapped up in that world, 40. But he used it for media purposes. You know what I mean? I even did a video and I reached out to all them niggas and I sent it directly to him. I said, yo, even though I don't like you, you punk motherfucker, even though I don't give a fuck about your kids, I don't give a fuck about your wife, I don't give a fuck about you, I didn't do that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm a man at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? All I got is my balls and my word. And that's where I come from. I didn't come from shit. I used to couldn't afford. I didn't have a pot to piss in and window throw it out of. I used to sleep outside, you feel me? That's where I come from. You know what I'm saying? Where this type of shit and me being around the world was never imaginable. You understand what I'm saying? Where I'm taking bird baths inside of gas stations at 12 and 13. You know what I mean? I'm sleeping outside. So I came and I told everybody like, yo, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? The account was really hacked because everybody was hitting me like, yo, what are you doing on your account? I'm like, I ain't on Instagram. I don't be on Instagram. I go on that shit. If I put something, I log in and I log off because that shit drain the fuck out of my cell phone battery.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't log in that shit and stay logged on. So when I try to log in, I couldn't get in the motherfucker. And I'm like, I don't know who's hacking my shit. I got all this shit going on with court and then bails and shit like that. That was the last thing I needed. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I fell back on media. Because after that, when I said that I didn't do it, they took it like, oh, he's just not admitting to it. He's just like he's being fake. Like this is 40. It was like everybody trying to paint this fake image of me now. Everybody trying to do the same thing what they did to Shook. Oh, you know, like come on, man. If I did this shit, I'm gonna admit that I did that punk ass shit. I don't give a fuck. Just like I looked at him like, you jumped me. You could admit that. If you're gonna admit all that extra shit right there, then be real and admit, okay, yeah, 40 telling the exact story that happened. And I'm grateful that he not a snitch and he ain't put me in jail. You know what I mean? Because if I was a snitch, I could put him in jail and I still got statute of limitations where I could still press charges and put him in jail. Even though he doing all this extra punk ass shit, I still ain't, that's not even on my mind. And if I was him, because I'm a real street dude, I would be gracious to that. I would have been ended this lawsuit shit if I had the money. I would have been stopped this shit because we ain't got to be there. He could have been nipped this in the bud and stopped it. You understand what I'm saying? So it shows you that he wants that attention because he ain't got attention coming from nowhere else. His music ain't doing it. You understand what I'm saying? It's, he needs that attention in it. That's what they all seen that day. Like, that old 40. That's 40. Like, he really right. He dolo too. I was solo. You know, basically, because the dudes you see me with, you seen they wasn't built like that. Yeah. So, you know I was solo. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, it's so funny, man. When like it's been certain places Drake has come looking for me. Like when I guess it was the Breakfast. You know, sometimes a lot of times people will advertise the Breakfast Club is gonna be somewhere, but it might be Envy and Angela, and I don't be there.
I think celibacy is important right now for me because I'm trying to stay focused, and I wanna smile more, and I wanna be more into my music, and I wanna be more into myself, and I wanna just get to know myself better.